I must have rehearsed my life 1,000 times.
Hi, I'm Diane, Dayton. We're at the 21st Annual Berks Jazz Fest in Reading, Pennsylvania. We're catching up after the show with Pieces of a Dream and the one and only Phil Perry.
Hey, Diane, how you doing,
I'm
sweetie?
doing really well.
Did you enjoy the show?
I absolutely enjoyed the show.
That's what it's all about.
You just slay us with your voice.
No, I just get the chance, and I try to treat every chance like it's the blessing that it represents.
Wow. Well, your voice, you have such a range. How did you develop that?
When I was a kid, I sang in the men and boys choir in the Catholic parochial school that I went to. And when my buddies' voice started changing, they stopped singing. But I never did. So I kept a lot of the range, and over the years have worked it into a power range or a falsetto range, depending upon what's called for in the piece of material that I'm singing.
Okay. Do you remember what was your first official gig?
That I got paid for, or my first official gig?
Give me both.
My first official gig was singing Adeste Fidelis at midnight mass when I was in the 4th grade. The guy that was scheduled to sing it got strep throat, and he couldn't talk, let alone sing. And the lay teacher that dealt with the choir, with the mixed choir, her name was Mrs. Combs. She's gone on to with the Lord now, but she asked me, Philip, do you know the song Adeste Fidelis? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, no. I mean, do you know the lead? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, no. I mean, do you know the lead in Latin? I said, Mrs. Combs, I know the song. She said, good. You're going to take someone's place who was scheduled to sing it that ended up getting sick.
Oh, my.
So that was my first unofficial gig. My first official gig was singing with a singing group called the Montclairs.
Yes.
And we opened up for Edwin Starr at the 20 Grand in St. Louis in Gaslight Square.
Wow.
That was the first paying official gig.
That was the first paying official gig. What is it about performing? You're so alive on stage, Phil.
I think it's the only place where I feel where I belong. It's tough growing up in the Midwest in the 50s as a mulatto child. You're not quite white enough to be one thing, you're not quite black enough to be another. Music was my sanctuary.
And it is a sanctuary for us when we're pulled in with you and you're performing.
That's the only reason that I get to do it, is to pull you into the sanctuary, to pull you into something that you may not be thinking or may not be feeling, and to give you cause for reflection and to feel whatever feeling you're supposed to at the time.
Yeah.
Once it leaves my mouth, I can take no responsibility for it. At that point, it becomes between the listener and the Holy Spirit.
That's why music is so powerful.
It is powerful.
It's a powerful connection for all of us.
Yes, it is, and it's very important. And I hate to see music leaving our school systems. I understand it. It's a bottom line crunch kind of thing, but I stand as a perfect witness to what happens when children are exposed to music at a young age. It keeps them out of the street. It keeps them focused. It keeps their nose to the grindstone. I don't think that you could do any better as a child than get locked into something that'll keep you out of trouble.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. You tour all over the place.
Yes, I do.
You?
Yes, I do.
What do you have coming up?
I have Peoria, Illinois coming up. I have another gig coming up right after that, but forgive me, I can't remember. Then in, I think, June, I'm supposed to go to Russia and Kiev and Moldova and, gosh, it's another city in Russia. And then I'm coming back home, and then I do spotted, isolated dates through the summer. And then I'm doing the Hollywood Bowl in Hollywood, California on the 14th of August.
Wow.
So I'm a blessed man. My plate is full.
What is it that you've learned about performing around the world and with people and that connection with music?
As long as you're able to wear your heart on your sleeve and not be ashamed to do so, the music will find the hearts that it's supposed to touch.
Wow. And speaking of touching, I love the song Desire.
Oh.
Tell me about that one.
That's a song that Chris Davis wrote the track to, and I got a chance, and the chorus, he had the idea for the chorus, and I wrote the story around it. It's really just kind of like eavesdropping. When you're sitting at a cafe and you see lovers sitting next to one another and you overhear the man saying that the lady that he's spending time with that day is so beautiful and so lovely, and she completes him and fulfills him. I just tried to put that sentiment in the body of the song so that the title of the song, Desire, would have significance.
And it does. What motivates you these days?
Breathing, living, seeing life and seeing a song in everything I see. Trying to be a better man, trying to be a better husband, trying to be a better father, trying to be a better Christian, trying to be a better singer and a better composer. I imagine when I'm real old, I'll be pretty good.
You are darn good now. You are darn good now. So I guess you're kind of answering the question that I had next, was really what's important to you, and what do you think we need to be thinking about too, as a world and as a people? I mean, the world is changing rapidly, and not always for the good.
I think as a society, we need to focus a little more on the obstacles that we overcame decades earlier, and apply some of that stick-to-itiveness and some of that grit and some of that heart to what we as a country and as a society globally are going through now. I think we need to get back to the golden rule, doing unto others as we would have them do unto us.
Yeah, that is key. And if we all live that way, what a difference the world would be.
Well, it would certainly be different than the way it is now.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it'll take, but I figure singing love songs, that's the best I can do to do my part. So I do.
Yeah. One final question.
Yes.
You just finished with the show.
Yes.
And I know the audience is on a high, and I know you're on a high.
Right.
Tell me how you're feeling after a show like this today.
I'm a little jittery, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because after the show, I can think of probably 50 or 60 things that I should have done differently, that I wish I had the opportunity to do differently. But that's the beauty of performing. You only get one chance.
Right.
So if your thoughts aren't focused and your energy isn't focused, you don't do very well with the chance you have. I try to do the best with every chance I get.
And living in the moment.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's those moments we have with each other.
Exactly.
I mean, I even heard you whistling out.
Yes,
too.
yes. I like to whistle.
It was just like a bird.
I like to
You know,
whistle.
it's just, yeah.
And it's a lost art. But all of the older singers used to whistle. Nat used to whistle.
Yeah.
Billy Eckstein used to whistle. Johnny Hartman whistled. I mean, it's something that I just kind of picked up because I always had music between my ears. So the only way that I could get it out was make the sound that was between my ears.
We love the sound between your ears that comes out of your mouth and hits our ears.
Thank you, dear.
Thank
I appreciate
you
it.
so much for taking
I
time
appreciate
today and letting us know a little bit about you and your music.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
If you didn't get here, you really missed it. It was a pretty good performance, and there were very nice people.
Yeah. We're coming to you from the 21st annual Boscom's Berks Jazz Fest in Reading, Pennsylvania.
See you.
just never seems to come out right.